Hello, what's up and what's happening? We are on the recruiting path, okay? This is the offseason heading into season number 3. We could have a pretty good team, man. As of right now, our defense is actually ahead of our offense. Our offense has some stars, but collectively, they're not as good as our defense unit, and that's kind of surprising if you ask me. So we're all going to be looking to the future a little bit. We're recruiting quarterback, a couple of receivers here. We're also going to be trying to focus on the O-line for the upcoming season. We do have Jake Ingram. He's interested in coming to our school, but for the most part, there wasn't too many offensive linemen that want to play for Georgia Southern. Like I said, our defense, pretty good as of right now. We are going after a couple guys that don't have us on their list. We're still pretty young. We're a pretty good team that's a pretty young team. So a lot of our stars are coming into junior and senior season. So we still have a lot of talent that still has some room to grow. We already signed some other guys, as you can see. We got Chester, we got Lambert at linebacker, then we got Bryant at a tight end. We have 4 more. He is a quarterback, 4-star recruit. And now we just added a 5-star recruit. In week 3 of recruiting, Trent Blair, 5-star out of Tennessee. He's a balanced quarterback, so he might be able to run some option for us. And then we got Flanagan, 6'2", 168. He's probably going to be on the offensive side of the ball at receiver, most likely. We also got Josh Jackson. He's probably going to, at some point, be the heir apparent to Michael Peters, who just left. We do have, I believe, Madison. He's penciled in right now to be the starting free safety. And then we got the guard. We got another receiver. And then we got Freeney at halfback. So not too many signees, not too many big splashes. You can see the total number is around, I want to say 13 guys signed on the dotted line. We did miss out on Jameson. Jameson is from Florida. He's actually going to be staying in Florida to play for the University of Miami. But I do like the guys that we were able to get. We got Anderson at outside linebacker. We got Lambert at outside linebacker as well. Bryant, who we already saw. John Smith, I think is going to be good. We're going to miss out on John Jordan. He's going to be sticking in the ACC playing for Virginia Tech. We missed out on this other athlete. I would have loved to have him. We did get a kicker. That was a need. 2-star recruit. Josh Jackson, excuse me. He was not on our list. We were not on his list, but it worked out for us. He's coming. 2-star recruit at free safety. And then we missed out on a couple of D tackles. Not great. I would like to have guys just waiting in the wind, because I do think that Indiana was our best defense, and we had like 4 or 5 guys on the bench, 4 or 5 star guys waiting on the bench to take over when the other guys, the starters, left. So that's what I'm trying to build here. Hasn't really worked out so far, but we're only in off-season number 3. So those are the top classes right there. Top player, he is a defensive end. Ray going to USC. Martin is the top center. He's going to Iowa, obviously. Best outside linebacker in Smith. He's going to Washington State. Harris is the top guard. He's going to Texas. Smith from Ohio State let this guy slip through his fingers, slip through their fingers. He's going to be going to Minnesota. Then you got the top athlete going to Colorado, going to take his talents to play with Coach Prime. Cook, defensive end, he's going to try to be the next Myles Garrett. Then you got Hollis. He's the number 3 defensive end in the country. He's going to be taking his talents to Ole Miss. The top quarterback, we were 3rd on his list, and I felt like, no, we're not going to go after him. I think Blair was the right choice. That guy's a dual threat. He can run the option. He's going to be a star. He just wasn't right for our program. Fitzpatrick is a top halfback. Page, unfortunately, did not qualify. I'm going to keep my eye out to see if he goes to junior college and one day will be a recruit that we're going to maybe try to get. Because I think that's what happens. That some of these guys that don't qualify, they go to junior college, and then they do qualify like a year or 2 later. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Who knows? So Flanagan, he will be a receiver. He was a 68 overall athlete, 68 overall receiver. Works out perfectly there. So now for our offseason program and training results. Woods, he had a breakthrough fullback, 78 overall, which is good. That means we could probably decide to redshirt Atkins. They're both in the same class, so that's what we're probably going to do. McCauley, he had a solid season last year. I actually think cornerback is one of the better positions on the squad. When it comes to the top guys, though, at halfback, you can see that Walker, he had a good offseason. This Walker, though, he might be the best of them all. Corey Walker, transferred in from Alabama. He's going to have to sit out this year. He does not have a red shirt at all. So we're going to redshirt him this season so he does not lose a year of eligibility. He's going to come in for us as a redshirt junior, which means he could leave after one season, but hopefully he will stay until his fifth year senior campaign. Blake Naismith, now he's up to 94 overall. Sharp Dawkins did not improve at all, but when you're 95 overall, this staying 95 overall is a good look. He did not go down, which is a good thing, because I'm guessing if you don't have any training, if you don't have any budget or money going towards training, your guys could regress a little bit. So Derek will probably get redshirted, 74 overall. That's probably going to be what happens to him. It's still the same guys that are running back because, again, Corey Walker, he has to sit out a season, 86 overall speed, 80 overall. I think he's going to be an absolute monster when he gets onto the field, but right now it's still going to be Moore and Campbell. That should be good enough. Davenport is the lead horse at receiver, but Gibson, he showed some promise last season. Smith, he's going to have some opportunity to play this season as well. Obviously, our number one target is Naismith, as you see right here, 94 overall, 84 overall speed. Him and Zeke Davenport, number 1A, number 1B as far as our number one target. But Gibson, he should get some opportunities as well. So Ingram, to recruit him, I did say playing time. So he will get playing time. He's going to actually start over a redshirt senior, a fifth-year senior. So we're going to see how that goes. If it doesn't work out, if our O-line is trash, I will go back to our redshirt senior because they have the same overall, but in this game, composure is so big when you play on the road that I do not want to mess anything up as far as winning road games, because I think this is a season where we could be one of the schools that makes it to a top-tier bowl game. Possibly not the national championship, but I'm thinking somewhere in that realm of possibilities where we finish close to the top 10. We will be playing some ranked teams early on in the season. Hopefully that will be good enough. If it's not, then hey, so be it. I don't think that we're good enough right now to be taking on crazy Power 5 overall teams. We'll be Power 4 moving forward since the Pac-12, which is having a fantastic year in real life, is about to be dismantled. Well, I think things are kind of tapering off for the Pac-12. Washington, I believe, is still unbeaten, right? I want to say that they are, but USC lost a couple of times, and of course Colorado. You know, they won one game last year, so what they have going on there is promising for the future. But back to our team, I think we're going to be okay. We will be having Ely start at outside back. He's our backup middle linebacker. In our first game of the season, he better be ready because we're going to be taking on Oklahoma, the ranked number 7 in the nation. Then we got Nevada on the road. Then we are home at versus Cal, then Colorado, Duke. Got 2 straight bye weeks. Then we have Pittsburgh at home before we go back on the road to take on Notre Dame. Temple at home. Then we have our bye week, USF, and then at Missouri, and then finish the season with Stanford. That gives a B strength of schedule, which I think is perfect for our squad. I do not think, again, we're ready for anything above that. So Walker, we're going to register him because, again, he has to sit out this season anyway. Do not want him to lose a year eligibility. Freeney, he is a 1-star recruit, but I needed running back depth, I felt like, so I figured I'd bring him in. And we're going to register him so he can try to develop just a little bit. Atkins, like I said, we're going to register him. None of our receivers we're going to register. Flanagan, we could, but I think we're going to need him maybe for special teams purposes and maybe play, in a slot from time to time. You can see, again, Ingram and Oliver, those are our top 2 tackles. Ingram is, I think, better when you look at his strength. He has 90 overall strength. The other guy has 80 overall strength. So, again, Ingram, I think it works out for us. He might be somebody that's a staple in this program for the next 3 to 4 seasons. Then we got D-tackle Chambers. We're not going to redshirt him. He's a sophomore. He was doing his thing last year from time to time. Marshall, he will get redshirted. So we don't have too much depth at D-tackle, but I'm not really too worried about it. We're going to be relying on our linebackers to be what they need to be, and of course our strong safety and Kyle Peters. So Anderson, we're probably going to not redshirt him, but Lambert, we will redshirt him. This because we have a bunch of left outside backers, and Ely will be playing right side backer, 80 overall. Moss, 87 overall. Then you got McCauley, not going to redshirt any of those guys. Josh Jackson, I was thinking about it, but not going to do it. Not going to do it. And Madison, I believe we're going to have him start the season. Moving on to in-season recruiting. Got a couple of deep tackles because we missed out on a couple last year. We're going to have to revamp this offensive line, so why not go with the bookends? A couple of left tackles we're going to go after. Right tackle we're going to go after. And center we're going to go after as well. Guard, I think we're okay for right now. Halfback, I think, is a must. So we will be going after a couple of halfbacks as well in Smith and Battle. And then that's basically it. All right, moving on. Jonathan Cade. Right now, he's behind Weber for the Heisman, as far as the Heisman watch list is concerned. Nobody's winning it right now, but we're going to try to get Jonathan Cade that jewelry. Number 1 team in the nation is USC, followed by Miami. Then you got Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan, Maryland, Oklahoma, Texas, Virginia, Michigan State, Florida State, Texas A&M, Florida, Tennessee, LSU, Toledo, Auburn, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, South Carolina's in the top 20. Then Cal, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, Oregon State, and Penn State. And we're ranked number 52, which isn't bad. We have a B overall right now. B minus overall, excuse me. C plus offense and a B defense. So again, our defense is slightly ahead of our offense, but our offense is coming along. I think running back is probably the biggest concern on this squad. And in year 1, running back was the least of our worries. But hey, things change. That's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this day is the best of your day. And until we meet again, my friends, peace, love, hot sauce.